If you want bigger quads, but you don't want to feel the pressure of a barbell on your back and on your spine, the Hack Squat is the best machine that you could be using. And today I'm going to show you how to set up and perform the Hack Squat properly. Let's get into it. Now, even though this is one of the preferred quad exercises, a lot of people get it wrong. So step one is going to be your foot placement. Here you're going to place your feet approximately shoulder width apart, keeping your toes slightly pointed outward, and then you're going to start with your feet around the middle of the platform and make sure for the entire rep your entire foot stays planted on the platform. All right, now for step two, we're going to make sure that our back is firmly planted against the pad, shoulders against these pads. We're going to keep our head supported, brace the core, and then once you feel firmly locked into the machine, that's when you're gonna extend your knees and unrack and then proceed to descend into the Hack Squat. Two tools that I like to use whenever I'm using the Hack Squat machine is my weighted belt to help with bracing in the core, and also my knee sleeves to protect my knees if I wanna get a bit of extra range of motion. All right, now this is probably one of the most important parts, the descent into the squat. A lot of people just let the force of gravity drop them down. That's the number one way you're gonna injure yourself and hurt your knees. So you wanna control the range of motion throughout the entire rep. So you wanna think slow going down, keep the entire foot planted, and drive up. Now, if you have a weight that is so heavy that forces your knees to cave in or forces your heels to come up, you might want to try shaving off some of that weight. Now, a lot of people think they have to go ass to grass on this machine, but that's not the case. The range of motion is going to depend on a few different things. Your hip mobility, the goal that you're aiming for, and also just natural comfort. If you don't feel comfortable while keeping good form, going all the way down, it's completely fine to stop at parallel, which is when your knees and your hips meet in a straight line. So if you see that as you're breaking parallel, that your hips start to come off the platform, don't go that low. Now from the bottom, you want to make sure that your back stays on the platform, not coming off, and you want to drive through the entire foot, extending your knees and your hips simultaneously. All right, and here are the three biggest mistakes that I've written down that I see people perform with the Hack Squat. First one is ego lifting. So like if you're lifting or trying to attempt to lift so much weight that your entire form completely breaks down, like I mentioned earlier, then that's clearly a mistake. Two, having your feet too high or too low on the platform. Obviously, based on your body, your height, the length of your limbs will determine how comfortably you feel on the platform. But for a standard, you want to make sure that your feet starting in the middle of the platform, and then you want to be somewhere between shoulder width, maybe a little bit wider than shoulder width apart as you descend into the Hack Squat. And then the last one, and I've seen this a lot, where people are trying to get more reps than their muscles can actually attain, so they're bouncing from the bottom. So you'll see them rush down to the bottom and then quickly bounce back up because they're trying to get as many reps as possible. The goal of the Hack Squat is muscle growth. It's not to fuel your ego to see how many reps you can get. At the end of the day, if you can't control the range of motion throughout the top, bottom, and middle of the movement, then you need to bring the weight down. Stop ego lifting. And another mistake that I forgot to mention, range of motion for the Hack Squat. It's very important that you do not lock your knees out and you leave a little bit of a bend in your knee for every single rep. All All right, there you have it. That was the first Tutorial Tuesday. Every week, I'm gonna bring you a different movement, go through it, go over the common mistakes, how you should do it, and the things you should avoid. If you like this type of content, make sure you like, comment, and most of all, subscribe. And apart from our regular Sunday uploads, every week I'm gonna bring you one Tutorial Tuesday. Let me know what you think. Peace.